This is the second half of characteristics of a function. If you look at this particular graph that we're dealing with, we're going to look for the extreme value, or the extrema. With the extreme value would be either your maximum or minimum, the highest or the lowest value. So if you look right here, we've got that right there. We're going to actually have a minimum, and the minimum is going to be at the point 1, negative 4. So that's our extreme value. And behavior talks about the arms of the graph, the left arm and the right arm of the graph. So think of it this way. As x is approaching, so as x approaches infinity, the y approaches, and we want to figure out what it does. So where is infinity as x goes to the right? Infinity here would be to the right, negative infinity would be to the left. So as x approaches infinity, so what you're going to do is you're going to start to move your finger going towards the right. As x goes to the right, what happens to the y? Well, the y is going up forever, which would be towards positive infinity. The same is going to happen over here. Let's look at this. If we start at the vertex, and as x goes towards negative infinity, forever traveling to the left, we're traveling to the left here, where's the y going? The y is still going up towards positive infinity. Rate of change. Rate of change is kind of like the idea of slope. It uses the formula f of x2 minus f of x1 over x2 minus x1. But if you remember, this is a fancy way to write y. So that really is like saying y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The reason we don't say y here is because we've got to actually figure out what those y's are based on the graph. So look at this. We're going to want one value for the x to be negative 2, so negative 2 comma something. And the other value we're going to want it to be 0. So we got to figure out what those y's are that go with them. So the negative 2 goes here, the 0 goes here. So now look at the graph at negative 2. When x is negative 2, look right there, when x is negative 2, what's the y? Y is 5. Look at the graph again. When x is 0, so here's where x is 0, what's the y? It's 0, negative 3. So now we're ready to actually we're actually ready to plug it into our formula. Just like its slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So think of it this way. We're going to take our y2 value minus our y1 value over x2 minus the x1 value. Be careful because that was a negative. So really what that's going to give you is negative 8 on the top. And 0 minus a negative 2 is the same as 0 plus 2, so positive 2. And that's equal to negative 4. So for the interval where x is from negative 2 to where x is 0, the average rate of change is going to be negative 4.